Every time I make a real every time
Today we're back at the mobile home renovation that we're doing, and as you can see, our lumber has arrived. So today we're gonna build a porch. The original porch we took down was quite a bit smaller. This one we're doing is only a 6x7 though. First thing we've done is went ahead and set up our outside joists. That way we can get it good and square before we mark where the corner post will be. That way we'll know the corner post will be in the right position before I attach them to the concrete. To make sure it was completely square, I started by checking it with a framing square, and we also measured from corner to corner both ways. If the dimensions from this corner to that corner is the same, this corner to this corner, you know you're square. One tip I can give you when you're drilling into concrete to set anchor bolts is to mark the depth on your drill bit, how far you need to go, with a piece of painter's tape. That way you'll be sure you drill the right depth, because you don't want to go too far into the concrete, and you definitely don't want to have to drill it twice because you didn't go in far enough. And another little tip I can give you when you're putting painter's tape on your drill bit is don't just wrap it around it. At the end, leave yourself a little flag sticking out like this. That way when it gets to the bottom, it'll actually sweep away the dust from your hole, which helps twofold, because one, you have to get the dust away anyway, and two, it is a definitive mark when you've hit bottom. Whereas this, you might go a little further in the hole with the tape. That flag sweeping away the dust lets you know you're done. We didn't get a whole lot finished the other day. The weather kind of turned on us and started raining, and it rained for 2 days after that. Today, hopefully we can get a lot of this done. The only problem is it's gotten way colder out here. While Amanda's here to help me, I'm gonna try to set the 4 posts in the corners and get them stood up. I'm not gonna cut them to length yet because I don't know exactly how high this roof is gonna be. So I'm gonna let them be the full length, and then I'm gonna see how the roof can extend out over this and hopefully catch some of this water off the roof. And then I'm going to trim them to length. I also don't know exactly the slope of the roof of this yet, so I'm kind of making this up as I go. But I'm going to get these 4 posts set in place and get them plumb, and then I'm going to raise the deck up to the height it needs to be and get it level while I've got her here to help me. I've been looking at this, the more I'm considering not putting a railing around the edge, instead doing the step all the way around the edge. So you could walk off the deck on any side. I don't think there's gonna be a big price difference between the two because it's only gonna be one step because we're so close to the ground here. So I think that one step all the way around is not gonna be any more, if not less, than putting a handrail on two sides. I'm not 100% yet, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a strap on this bottom part too, because since those were bowed out at the top overnight, they've kind of pulled this framing down here bowed out too. So I'm just going to strap it. It'll make setting these floor joists in there easier because then they'll kind of hang in there instead of just flopping to the bottom. I won't have to clamp every single one of them. So I'm just going to wrap a strap around the middle of this, pull it a little bit tighter. I've kind of played around with this for a little bit, and I think for my stair treads, I'm going to do a 2x6 and a 2x8 together, because two 2x6s seemed a little too small, and two 2x8s was a little too big. So I'm just kind of Goldilocks this right here and used two different sizes. It seemed just about right for a step up, and plus using these on top of the stairs instead of the decking material gave me a better height. It makes it almost an equal distance for the height of the first step and then the height of the step onto the deck. So this isn't super scientific, it just seems to work really good this way. The concrete is not perfectly level here, so I can't just lay my framing material onto the concrete because then my stair would be like sloping down towards the home. So I'm gonna slide them underneath the deck joist. I know these are level because I've already leveled this platform, so I'm gonna mount them underneath that and extend them out, and then I'll just use some scrap lumber to kind of sister to the side of these to hold it in place. And then maybe I'll have like a leg out here underneath the front of them to kind of prop them up on the end so that they don't bounce. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm figuring this out as I go and see what works. Man, I'm sick of walking this dang tunnel. I mean, how far we expected to go before we just chalk this up to there ain't nothing here? Well, our orders were to keep searching until we find Captain Bob. Man, that ain't what I asked. Why you talking to me like I'm some little kid? Our orders are keep searching, like I didn't get the same instructions you did. I'm talking about how long we supposed to keep walking down this musty ass tunnel before we call this done. I mean, this tunnel has to eventually lead somewhere. Man, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. It's possible Captain Bob made this tunnel. It's possible your mama made this tunnel. My mother didn't make the tunnel. Maybe a goddamn rabbit made this tunnel. You don't know. It ain't like there's a sign over there that said Captain Bob was here. Look, I know you're tired, but let's just continue our mission and find Captain Bob. I think if we just keep walking, eventually we'll... And how you don't know it wasn't the other way?
I mean, this thing go 2 directions.